my name is Jackie and I'm a psychology student at the University of New England. This video is an overview of how you can apply various behaviour modification techniques to create a behavioural change in yourself. For the purpose of this video, I will be specifically talking about how to reduce and ideally completely eliminate nail picking behaviours in yourself. For some people, nail picking is a rarely occurring behaviour that only happens in times of increased stress or anxiety. These people might only pick at one particular fingernail and it doesn't really cause much disruption to their daily routines or produce negative feelings in themselves. But for some people, due to the severity and the frequency on which it happens, people feel they cannot control it and it can result in physical pain and also embarrassment around the appearance of the nails. It can also heavily disrupt day-to-day activities due to the need to use two hands. So our first step would be to conduct a functional assessment of the behaviour. That is defining the behaviour, identifying the antecedents, so that is what happens before the behaviour that makes us want to participate in the behaviour, and also identifying the reinforcing consequences, so what happens afterwards, how we feel, and ultimately that is what makes us do it again. Our first step is to just conduct a baseline survey over maybe 7 to 10 days where we will be recording the times that it happens, the frequency, possibly even the duration. And it's also important to note who we are with at the time that we do it and the situation that we're in, whether that's driving in the car, sitting watching TV, even having other people around us. Once we've done this, we should be able to see a clear trend, which, it might outline that anxiety is the main function of this behaviour or boredom is the main function of this behaviour. And they're both common. So we'll first use habit reversal techniques. And the first step in this is to use awareness training. That is, by recording our own behaviour, we become aware of when we're doing it, and that means we have control over it. So that's a really important step in just becoming aware, knowing when you're going to do it, and being able to follow through with what I'm about to talk about. Our second step is completing a competing response. That means you pick something, whether it be playing with Play-Doh or squeezing your finger really tightly or even making a fist with your hands. Something that you can do instead of the behaviour. So instead of nail biting, either after you've just completed the nail biting, if you weren't able to stop yourself beforehand, you'll squeeze your fist, squeeze your finger, or play with some Play-Doh if it's a textural thing. We're also going to employ social support. So it is really helpful if you have family and friends around who are also keeping an eye on how often you're doing the behaviour, and if they can say, hey, hold up, use your competing response. That means it's not all on you and you've got that social support, which is also really beneficial to your self-esteem. Another thing we can do, because it's on ourselves, is we have to use self-management techniques. So we're going to use self-monitoring. That is when you have a notepad and paper and you are recording the number of behaviours that you are completing in a day. That's just really important for yourself so you keep yourself on track. We're also going to use goal setting. If you set a major goal, such as, for myself, I'm going to be a bridesmaid at the end of the year and I would really like my nails to look good for that. So that's going to work as a major motivation for me to follow through and not bite my nails, which is something that is really hard for me. So just to recap, we're going to use habit reversal techniques, including awareness training. So that is bringing awareness into when you are doing the behaviour. We're going to use competing responses. So doing an alternative behaviour that is not at all going to disrupt your daily routine or not be too obvious. We're also going to utilise social support because that's really important to have people around you supporting you. We're also going to use self-monitoring, and we're going to use goal setting as a form of motivation. It's also really important to remember to reinforce yourself. So, if you've not picked your nails or bitten your nails for over a week, go treat yourself. Do something that you will find reinforcing. I hope you've enjoyed this video on how to help reduce your nail biting. I wish you all good luck if you're trying, and thank you for watching.